This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. This is an important video. I want to make sure everybody watches it. I do have to give a disclaimer first. This is my free speech, my right to free speech. I'm giving my opinion on these events that occurred in Florida. It is not filled with hate. These are not remarks that should be deemed hate speech or bullying in any sense. I am just giving commentary on some of the things that some of the witnesses are saying. Now, I have taken down the videos that I've done on the shooting because what I'm going to do from now on any of these events that occur is I'm going to give them a 24-hour, 48-hour window, and then I'm going to remove the videos because I am not going to take chances of getting my channel deleted. So the type of people who watch my channel usually watch the content within the first 24 hours or 48 hours, and then the viewership on that video goes down. But what happened with a lot of the censorship that has gone on YouTube is a lot of people got their channel shut down from videos that they did years in advance. So people who were talking about Sandy Hook, a video that might be buried on their channel, they might have 1,000 videos after that. Suddenly we're getting strikes on those types of videos and getting it removed. They don't want you talking about these types of things. It's a lot of risk to talk about it. So I have covered what's gone on. I talked about the cop Israel, the Talmud references, some of the other bizarre things that went on down there. And obviously, I tippy-toe between the lines, but you guys know what I'm getting at. I know you guys feel the same way. And I saw this clip from the channel Lift the Veil. I'll leave the link to his channel in the description box below. He's covering this event as well as many others out there and doing a good job. This interview I'm going to play right now. Take a listen to this in its entirety and focus on what he is saying. Take a listen.
You have an incredible story. I just want you to share that with our viewers.
Well, nothing heroic, not like some of the other people, but about 2:20 or so, the fire alarm went off, and I thought it was rather unusual because we just had a fire alarm drill at 9:30, so I told the kids, hold on for a bit. This could be accidental, it could be something in culinary, maybe they had burned something or what have you, so let's just hang in there for a bit, but line up at the door regardless. So they lined up at the door, and then about 30 seconds or so later, one of our admins got on and said, okay, evacuate the building. So they all knew where to go because I had briefed them beforehand. We had just had all this training in everything less than maybe about 3 weeks ago or so. So, and of course, we went over everything with the kids. So as they're leaving, I'm waiting. You know, I always leave last to make sure all the kids are out of the room, make sure the room's secure, et cetera, et cetera. And as the vast majority of kids are out, there's maybe 2 or 3 left. I was right behind them. We heard all kinds of popping sounds. And then the admin got back on. He said a code red, which is basically everyone back in the room, shut your door. So they had about 6 kids, 5 girls and a guy. They all ran in the room. There was literally nobody else around. I looked up and down the hallway a little bit, maybe like 10, 12 seconds. Closed the door, turned the lights off. We all went in, got back towards the closet, and told them, okay, just hang out. And they were nervous, what's going on? I said, look, you know, they could be practicing a code red. They talked about doing this. They even talked about police coming on and, you know, shooting blanks, you know, to see what would happen, you know. And I said, it's kind of weird.
At this point, had you heard any gunshots?
Oh, yeah.
You were hearing them.
Yeah, because my classroom, I mean, there's building 12. You can see it in
right
Peach.
there.
And if you go 50 yards to its left, my classroom is in the corner of that white building that's right there.
Over there, I see.
So
okay. So you're
right there.
You're crouched in closets. You're crouched under desks.
No, we weren't crouching.
You were just
we're just there, kind of hanging out and making sure the kids are calm and they're safe, and that's the bottom line. You know, they were getting on their cell phones. We're trying to find out what's going on, and after about 10 minutes, you kind of knew that this was for real. You know, I took attendance, and some kids were getting texts, and I said, look, anybody who texts you or you talk to you don't know, don't tell them where you are, because we have no idea.
Right.
You know, so that I think worked out well, because we have no idea if someone's coming around and texting kids, hey, what room are you in?
Right.
You know, so we made sure that none of that was done. One girl was talking to her mom. I talked to mom, to reassure, okay, look, she's safe. Everyone here is fine. The kid's going to be safe. And that was, about it. I took roll to try and see what other kids are missing. We got on our internet. A lot of teachers were in their classrooms. We were all communicating with each other. I have this kid in my room. I have these kids. Here's who's absent. So, this was very well organized with all the teachers and students.
Because the kid, you go through drills and training.
Yeah.
Sadly, I mean, I as I was flying over here, I thought to myself, when I was a kid, probably when you were a kid, we went through drills in case of a nuclear attack by the Soviets. And,
I didn't quite have that. I'm not that old. Closing in on it.
I am that old. So, but now kids in America go through drills and training to prepare for a perpetrator that would come into their school and take their lives.
Yeah, and that's what I said. We had this drill, like I said, just a couple of weeks ago, and had the training in it. And thank goodness. I mean, we're very fortunate. We have a really very solid administration here. We have a wonderful teaching staff, and the kids are fantastic. And it was horrible. I think without the training, it could have been significantly worse.
When were you given the all clear?
Oh boy, let's see. About 4 o'clock or so, you could hear a lot of movement outside, like down below us. And so one of our girls said, "Oh, my dad's a police officer. They said they're going to come room to room." So I said, "Okay, when they come to our room, we'll deal with it then." So maybe like a half an hour-ish or so later, and you can hear banging coming down the hallway. Then our door, there's banging on our door. Open up, police, and the kids were going to go to the door. So don't go to the door. Go in the back of the room. Let me check this out, because I have a paper on my door, that says Mr. Guard, and so I kind of put it down a little bit. We're the police, and I yelled, "Prove it!" So
yeah, right.
I said, "Look, prove it!"
Yeah, sure.
So they show me their badge. I let them in.
It's an incredible story. We're so glad that you're safe. We're so glad that your students are safe, and I think that just having your presence there, obviously as the teacher, but just sort of keeping the kids calm. You say that you're not a hero, but for a lot of those kids, they'll remember your actions. They'll remember how you, the guidance that you gave them, and how you kept them under control, and they'll take that with them. Yeah.
This is my 36th year doing this, so it's not like it's
right. No, I know you've been around this. But not in a situation like this.
No, not
right?
like this ever. Oh gosh, don't. Hope it'll never ever happen.
Yeah. Did you know the shooter, Victor Nicholas?
I had him in class like a year ago, because he was in for a semester, but he was real quiet, so I only had him not even that long, and I can remember, I know exactly where he's sitting. He was in the 4th row. He was like 3 seats back. I can remember that from last, say, to the 16-17 year. And he was a quiet kid. He was there. He would do work. Some days he wouldn't. But I mean, kids.
What kids don't? I mean, it's normal. Yeah.
I've never noticed anything bizarre.
You never did. You never saw anything, or
no, because I just didn't have him that long. And then, like the next semester, I'm trying to think. I think he was even gone the next semester. So.
And generally, I when I was in high school, if there was a problem kid, teachers would talk about that individual and say, "Oh, watch out for this kid." Did you ever hear from your colleagues?
No, we never had that, because, like I said, I don't think he was here all that long. That's I said. It's kind of. It was just kind of one of those blips on a radar screen from, a year ago.
Well, Jim Guard, thank you so much for everything that you do, and thanks for
you're welcome.
And talking to us.
All right,
we appreciate it.
Help you out.
No, this is really important for our viewers to understand, because it's individuals like you, it's the teachers like you, sadly probably underpaid, understaffed, under-resourced, who keep our children safe in situations like this, and for that you deserve not just my thanks, but the thanks of
I got 3 kids myself, so I know what it's like.
I'm sure you do.
Now, there's a lot of stuff to take from that. Okay, we all know that there was a drill early in the morning that occurred at the school, but they talk about how 3 weeks prior they were doing these active shooter type drills. This is becoming a normal thing. And what he says is he talks about police coming on, code red type of drills, that they could actually show up in the school firing blanks. That is very important for people to be aware of. So think about that, and think about the other events that have occurred where drills have occurred on the same day, from September 11th to the Boston Marathon to so many of these events. They're talking about an active shooting drill where police can show up and shoot blanks. Now, he goes on in the video, or earlier on, he talks about how there was popping sounds. They heard popping sounds, not gunfire, popping sounds. So these are all things that people need to keep an eye on. You can draw your own conclusions. I'm giving mine. At least you know what mine is, I should say. I'm just trying to give you the information, I should say. And again, this video will only be up for a day or so at most before I take it down. So make sure you watch it. If you want to copy the video and put it up on your channel, you have my permission to do that. I'm just not going to take the chance with these types of events to lose a channel and rebuild one. It is a headache and a pain. But the message is out there for a good period of time for people who want to hear it and know it and see it. Okay, there's been a lot of video proof from a lot of these people who have come out and spoken after this event, from someone saying that there's two shooters to people laughing. It's the same kind of stuff, to people not showing emotion, to people screaming and yelling, about to Donald Trump. I mean, we've seen it all. We've seen all. Even this teacher, when he talks about having this kid in his class, there's no emotion. There's nothing but a smile on his face. For somebody who had 18 of his students, students in the school that he taught die, he sure doesn't seem very emotional about it. I wouldn't be smiling. I'm not smiling now. I haven't smiled in quite a few days, to be honest. But think about that, and think about the message, and watch again that clip and listen to what he says. Read between the lines about the drill, about how they talked about these, that there could be a code red where people come into the school using blanks to be prepared for that. Okay, this is very, very bizarre. Does that sound normal to you? If you're somebody who sends your kid to school, are you aware that, oh yeah, you could send your kid to school and the police could show up shooting blanks? I mean, what if a kid tries to jump out the window and kills himself? Right? So there's a lot of people, a lot of things involved in this. The community itself is a rich community where this took place. Okay, a quiet neighborhood type of town, very similar to Sandy. So again, this video will be up for a short period of time. I wanted people to know that's why those other videos aren't around. I got copyrighted for using the clips. I didn't get a strike though, so it's not a big deal. It's not affecting my channel, but I did get copyrighted from CNN and someone else. Even though the videos are not tagged, right? I'm not tagging the event. There's nothing in the tags about the Florida shooting. There's nothing in the tags about the school, Parkland. There's nothing, right? So it shows me that if I name a video, what do bagels in Florida have in common? And, less than 24 hours later, there's copyright claims in the video, it means that they're watching me, because how else would they find my video, right? If somebody who was working at CNN was typing in, the CNN, the shooting, and then they were looking for copyright, and all these videos would pop up who have the video clip in it, right? Somebody names the video CNN crisis actor, CNN witness, right? They'd easily be able to find it in a search. The fact that I completely don't put any of that stuff in my searches, I keep it pretty, the name pretty basic and weird in a sense. The fact that they have found, are finding these clips in my videos means that they're watching my channel, because there's no other way that they would know, and they're sitting through the videos because some of the clips are in the middle of the videos, like this one. So I have to, for the safety of the channel, and it's not worth losing my channel over talking about something that's pretty blatantly obvious over and over again. But I want to put the information out there for a short period of time so people who do want to see it and who are investigating this themselves can look and use this information. So I hope this is helpful. Again, I first saw this on the channel Lift the Veil. You can check his channel out below. And just, continue. If you're somebody else who has a channel out there, be smart about this stuff, just from the sense of they can say whatever they want about you, if it's bullying or hate speech, just by exposing too much of it. So you got to be careful of how long you leave it up and what you say and how you title it. I'm saying that, just for other channels out there that might not be thinking that way, because they are watching all of us, not just me. They're watching all of us. They don't want anything, they know some of these crisis actors are just absolutely brutal and they're giving too much information away. I mean, this guy's a perfect example of some of the stuff that he's saying here, talking about how they're coming in with blanks, how they hear pops, not bullets. A little suspicious, isn't it? I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.